Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another meal prep video. Little disclaimer, I've been doing some painting today, so if you happen to see any paint on my fingers, that is why I'm doing some home improvement projects with my meal prep today. So tried to get it all off of there, but I think I still have a little bit on there. So just so you know, we're doing 2 lunches and a breakfast today. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to make our brown rice. I'm going to use my pressure cooker to make that. So in my pressure cooker, I am adding in some rice, equal parts rice and vegetable broth. So I did 2 cups of brown rice and 2 cups of vegetable broth. I really like cooking rice with broth when I can, when I already have one open, and I already had this one open. It just adds a lot more flavor to it. So the way I do it, I do have a brown rice button on my pressure cooker, but it only cooks it for 15 minutes, and I find it really needs 20. So I always push that button, but then I add 5 minutes to it. So I do 20 minutes on high pressure, and then I let it manually release for 20 minutes. So while that's cooking, we're going to jump into our breakfast prep, which is going to be some oatmeal packets. So I have some old-fashioned oats. I have these freeze-dried fruit packets that I picked up at Fred Meyer. Sucre Gold, which is like a brown sugar sweetener, some flaxseed meal, and some chia seeds, and some almonds. And then I also wanted to use some cinnamon, but I'm out of cinnamon, so I'm just going to use this pumpkin pie spice. Lately, I've been finding myself not super hungry first thing in the morning, so when I've been making my oatmeal and taking it to work, it's just not as fresh. So I thought I'd make some oatmeal packets up, take them to work. So this is what I'm going to do. I have a half of a cup of rolled oats. I'm doing a tablespoon of the Sucre Gold, like I said, which is like a brown sugar alternative sweetener. I'm doing a half of a tablespoon of flaxseed meal, and then a half of a tablespoon of chia seeds. This is going to add fiber and omega-3s with the chia seeds and the flaxseed meal. It's just going to really kind of beef up my oatmeal. Then I'm just going to sprinkle on some pumpkin pie spice. Now in this first packet, you'll see I did a tablespoon and a half of slivered almonds, but it was a lot of almonds. So in the other 2 packets that I made, I just did a tablespoon of almonds. It just seems like I couldn't remember how much I normally used because I usually weigh them out in grams, but anyway, with the rest of them, I just did just 1 tablespoon, just a big tablespoon. And then this is that freeze-dried fruit. What I like about the freeze-dried fruit versus like dried fruit is that this does not have any sugar in it. It has no sugar added. It's literally just that freeze-dried fruit. So I'm hoping when I put the hot water on there, when I cook this up, that it'll just like make them into like fruit. So how I will cook this is I have hot water at work on our coffee machine. I'll just take 2/3 of a cup of hot water and I will just put it in there and then mix it up until it is all cooked through. So stay tuned next week and I'll show you what those look like. Next up, we're going to do some cheeseburger bowls. This is a recipe from the Skinny-ish Dish, and you go and make a ton of her recipes, love her recipes. So here I have some 96.4 ground beef. We're going to go ahead and cook that up using some of this Montreal steak seasoning. My steak seasoning got too close to the grill outside, and it got really like it melted the plastic. And then in this dish, I have some frozen onion that's already diced up, and then some bacon. The original recipe calls for those crispy fried onions. I thought I had some, but I did not. I think I tossed them when I did my pantry the other day because I think they were expired. So I just used regular onions, which will be fine, less points and all of that. But I'm just going to cook the bacon and the onions together, which that smelled amazing while it was cooking, by the way. Now that our ground beef is done, we're going to add in some no sugar added ketchup. We're also going to add in some Worcestershire sauce, which about a teaspoon is what I put of each of these, and then some yellow mustard. So we're going to put that in there, and we're going to stir it up and add just a little bit of water. The original recipe says a half a cup of water, but that seemed like a lot for mine, and so I did about a 1/4 cup of water or so, and then I'm just going to let that simmer. While that's simmering, we're going to put together what is the most amazing burger sauce. Oh my gosh, this stuff is so good. So we're going to put that together after we get this simmering, so I'm just going to kind of bring it to a boil. Put it down to low and let that the water evaporate and all those flavors get all together. So let me tell you what goes in this. We need a 1/4 cup of light mayo. I just have this light mayo from Kroger. We are going to do a 1/4 cup of plain non-fat Greek yogurt. Again, I just have the Kroger brand. Use whatever you'd like to use. Then we're going to add in 2 tablespoons of no sugar added ketchup or your favorite ketchup, whatever you like to use. We're going to do a teaspoon of yellow mustard. We're going to do a tablespoon of dill relish. I don't like the sugar kind, the sweet kind. And then we're going to do a teaspoon of Worcestershire. and then a 1/4 teaspoon of onion powder, or whatever you want to put in there. You guys don't, I don't measure my spices. And then a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder, and then a 1/4 teaspoon of the Lowry's seasoned salt. So literally that's what you do. You're just going to put all this into a bowl. Now the recipe says to let it sit for at least an hour, but mine's going to be sitting in the refrigerator all week. So no big deal, but I tasted it and it tastes so good. And it's just so easy. It just throws it together, but just has such a nice flavor. Here's all the ingredients going to my cheeseburger bowl. We have some lettuce, that ground beef, that sauce, the onions with the bacon. We have some pickles, some cherry tomatoes, and then some cheese. Now, I'm going to put one together to show you. I come home for lunch, so I don't have to have all my bowls put together anymore like I used to, but I'll put one together so you can see what it looks like. And here is my finished cheeseburger bowl. Doesn't that look absolutely amazing? Cannot wait to have this for lunch. So stay tuned for my daily what I eat videos, and I will show you, or I will let you know just how good it tastes and show you how I put it all together. Our rice is all done, so we're going to go ahead and make up some Spanish rice. Now I'm going to use this also for a dinner recipe later in the week, so I wanted to make sure my rice was all nice and cooked. That way I had it ready to go, because when I get home from work, I want to just be able to throw dinner together. But we're going to make some Spanish rice. So we're going to do half of this bag of rice cauliflower, and we're going to do a cup of the brown rice. And then we're going to toss in some of my homemade taco seasoning, and then we're going to do some diced tomatoes. I'm going to just use about half of the can of the diced tomatoes because I'm not making a very big batch of this. If I plan on having this for a lot of meals, I'll make a full batch, but I'm not doing that. I'm just going to have it for a couple bowls this week. So I'm just going to mix these three together, and then I'll add in the taco seasoning kind of towards the end. But I'm going to go ahead and cook this all together and let it kind of, really simmer for a little bit, probably for at least 30 minutes, because I'd like it to get just a little bit kind of crunchy on the bottom, and I don't know, just make sure all that liquid is evaporated. And this will be kind of what it looks like when it's almost towards the end. So I tasted it, and I needed just a little bit more taco seasoning. That's what I kind of do, is just kind of sprinkle, taste until it gets to like kind of the right taste. But you can see it's really thick now, and it is definitely ready to go. So we're going to go ahead and put one of the taco bowls together as well. Like again, I don't have to put them all together, but we're going to put one together. So we have some lettuce, that red taco sauce, some of that Spanish rice. I have some pinto beans and black beans mixed together because those are my favorite combination. Some cilantro, some plain non-fat Greek yogurt that I'll use in place of sour cream, and then some of the Tyson blackened chicken strips. So again, I don't have to put all these together. Oh, and also some Velveeta shreds cheese. But I'll put one together so you can see what it looks like. And here is the finished bowl. So I have the rice on the bottom. I have some of that lettuce, the cheese, the chicken that I cooked up just in the microwave, those beans, and then some of the plain non-fat Greek yogurt with the red taco sauce. And that is everything, you guys. So I have my breakfast with my oatmeal packets. Again, I will let you know how all that works. I'll pop up the points and the calories right here on the screen. Same with the bowls. I'll pop up the points and the calories here on the screen so you know what my ingredients are and for my point plan. And that is everything, you guys. I will link any recipes I have, which I think I have a recipe for the bacon cheeseburger bowl, so I will have that link down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.